I'm here in the Woolylady booth with Lisa Wood from Wisconsin. And the gorgeous quilts that you see on the wall behind me are all made with hand-dyed wool. So Lisa, tell us about where you get your wool, what kind of dyes you use, etc., etc.
All of our wool is American wool. It's all actually made by the Pederson wool company.
Oh, lovely. Mm-hmm.
And it's quite soft and very nice.
Oh, yeah, I can tell you. I can guarantee it's soft and very nice.
We start with a bleached white wool, and then every yard is dyed one at a time by hand. Mm-hmm. So it's boiled. We mix up a liquid dye. We put it into a boiling pot of water. We add the yard of white wool, and it takes that color. We boil that for about 10 minutes and add a fixative to the water, which sets the dye permanently. We take the wool out of the pot, mm-hmm. mix another slightly different formula of dye, mm-hmm. and add that back to the pot and add the wool back. That's how we get the suede look of our wool.
I wonder.
Because it's multiple dips in a dye bath with slightly different formulas.
Wonderful, because it is the gradation that you're getting here in this sort of suede look is really quite subtle, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite color, by the way. You may have noticed.
The lime green.
I do like
I
lime
could
green.
tell.
Yes, you could, yes. Okay, now, once you've got the wool dyed, then it's obviously cut by some kind of precision cutting machine because nobody can cut them that narrow and as accurately.
Exactly. When we are using our wool for the primitive wool rug hooking, which is what we have here, mm-hmm. we are cutting the strips 1/4 inch, mm-hmm. but we have a die cutter to do that.
Perfect, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I assumed that. Okay, so we've got our dye, we have our wool cut in strips, and now you have this on a linen backing, is it?
That's correct. This is Scottish linen, and it's woven into a burlap weave. So most people identify this as burlap, which is correct, but it's not the jute product that we wrap our rose bushes with in the winter.
No, it's
very quite soft. Nice.
It's very soft.
And I've stretched it, or will stretch it, on a hooking frame, and these little nails actually hold the linen and hold the work in progress very tightly. So this frame sits on my lap.
Okay. Now, when you have to move it, this doesn't damage the linen at all.
It does not. And I simply will stretch it over the frame and hold it tight like this.
How easy is that?
And then it will stay.
Right. None of this, removing screws and tightening things.
Exactly. So that's nice and tight now.
Mm-hmm. So now you're going to choose one of these lovely colors here.
I'm going to hook, mm-hmm. and as I said, this is primitive wool rug hooking. So I am going to hold a strip of wool cloth in my hand underneath the linen. Mm-hmm. And my upper hand, my right hand, will be holding the hook. And I am going to go through the linen, turn my hook, grab that wool and bring it up to the surface, and then I will adjust the height of the loop with tension between my left and right hand.
Wow.
So here we go. All of my starts and stops will come up to the surface. They'll be cut off later. I go in with the hook, grab that wool, bring it up, adjust the height of the loop, and go on to the next.
You've done this before.
I've been hooking for about 15 years.
It's wonderful to watch somebody do something as well as you're doing this.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun.
And very relaxing, probably.
It is. I'm going in about every other hole. The idea is not to put as many loops as possible into the work. The idea is to simply fill the surface.
Right, to put enough.
Enough.
Yes, it's lovely. So you're going to do a complete circle with that color?
I will.
Probably, and then if we're looking at the close-up of your other circles, you alternate wool colors until you get a pleasing design?
Every little circle is its own little work of art.
It is indeed. That's absolutely wonderful. Now, where can our viewers get this? Where can they buy your wool products?
Woolylady.com online is our retail site for us, or if you'd rather shop your local shops, if you go to Woolylady.com, there's a list of all of our retailers throughout the world.
Wonderful. And all of this is available now. They don't have to wait for 6 months until it comes out. It's available now.
Everything's available now.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Hey, my pleasure. I'm Sharon Pederson from Nine Patch Media for the Quilt Show.